So usually I try and ward their red side to see which side they're starting on, and I get there decently fast.
That's it's okay to do, but you have to be careful about getting caught. If they have any kind of hard CC, then you don't want to do that
Hmm.
unless you know for sure they're not there.
Yeah, so they put a ward down, so I just threw my ward there.
Yep.
I don't think that would catch their chickens unless they move.
This there
I usually hang out. I wait for a minion, and then hit that.
Wait, what? Explain that to me.
So I grab a minion because the minion attack speed is higher, which procs my W faster, so it lets me clear faster.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm sure it's not surprising I'm not like a Neeko jungle connoisseur, but
Yeah, yeah. It's like it's literally like the one thing that makes Neeko jungle perform decently in
Mhm.
terms of jungle clear time. I think the record is like probably maybe barely sub 3
Yeah.
or 304, and then my clear is usually about a 315 if everything goes right.
Yeah, it's pretty good considering your elo. So always happy to see
Yeah,
better
I
than
know.
330.
I've seen clips of when people do a 30 like a 304, 305 clear, they can actually recall after clearing, grab
Hmm.
an item, and then contest scuttle, which would be very cool to do. But I'm not there yet.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's see what you do after the clear. That's what I care about.
So after I clear, I head to scuttle. I trans. Sometimes I transform. This time I didn't. But if you transform into the small things, and if they have vision there, they won't see you unless they're literally looking there.
Very standard. Just and there's not really. Actually, let me double check this. Yeah, they're not gankable at the moment because they're too high HP.
Yeah.
You go for scuttle. Get that. You back away. Reset. Oh, okay. You're not resetting.
Yeah. I tried to go to contest middle scuttle since I have smite up,
Mm-hmm.
but he gets there first because he's heck room a lot faster.
Right. So this is almost never going to be worth doing unless you intend to stay after the scuttle and keep clearing.
Yeah, so that was my intention.
Okay. So you were going to do like
I'm like
an 8 camp or what were you going to do?
nine, yeah, 8 camps.
Okay.
Like, at least I'm 90% sure. Yeah.
Let's see. Oh no, this is turning into a 10 camp.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, yeah.
Sorry, I thought that was what you meant. Yeah, I meant two full clears.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Um, so yeah, when I say 8 camp, um, I'm talking about the initial full clear, including the buffs, is 6 camps. Let
A
me,
6 and then
yeah.
one
And
side.
then
I
this
see.
is 2, yeah. So some junglers will do this if they need it for a specific spike. I'm assuming you're doing it for the proto belt, or not proto belt,
Yep.
alternator, whatever it's called.
Uh, I grab the hex belt, the belt first.
Yeah, yeah. The component there, that thing, yeah. So yeah, that's your reasoning, and that's fine. I'm all for it.
I do think you're right though. I think six clear is better because I think I have 1100 gold at 6 clear instead of 8.
No, you would have to do 8 to get that. Because if you
Oh
do like a
really?
full clear plus scuttle, you're gonna have around 900-ish, like 875 to 900, depending on how fast you get the recall off. So you would need the 2 extra camps in order to finish that. Um, but if you think like it'd be too greedy, and you can definitely still do like this, or you could do Amped Home Dark Seal, whatever. But
Mm.
yeah, it probably is worth it to go for that if you can get away with it. But yeah, you definitely wouldn't do like what you did here though, where you continue the next full clear or the rest of the clear.
Yeah.
Because the problem is now, it doesn't matter what happens on the map, you have to recall.
Yeah. I see. I see.
If I ever get quiet for a moment, it's because I'm typing notes on my other monitor. So that's why.
Got you.
Okay, so grubs are up. Let's see what you do here. Becoming one with the minions. So the Hecarim ends up killing the grubs, but let's say he didn't. And let's go back to right here. What do you need in order to do the grub safely? Like, what are you looking for?
So I'm looking for ideally the top to be in a good position. Either his minions are going up, or he kills the enemy, or just a good top state, or a good mid state.
Okay, so you had everything
Right.
right except for the or part. It needs to be both.
Mm,
So when you're going for whether it be grubs or Drake, you need to have both of the lanes pushed so that they're able to move. Unless you're like really strong in the 1v1, then you can maybe get away with that. But it gets super dicey if you don't have that because you're going to be weaker from the grubs
I see. I
or
see.
the Drake, whatever you're hitting. So it's important that you have pry out. Now, in this case, you do have the push in top lane and mid lane. But if you'll notice, your Syndra is going this way.
Yeah.
So this can be like a common mistake. If you don't look at what your mid laner is doing, you'll think, oh, I've got push. And then you're like, wait, she's bot lane.
Hmm.
So it is good to think about. As I said, it doesn't really matter here because the Hecarim got the grubs on spawn, but
Yeah.
it's important to look out for. So you end up doing the Drake instead. This is kind of
It's
not
not
ideal.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not ideal because their mid and bot are pushed up, but
Yeah.
my bot is there. So
Right. So in this situation, what I'm looking for is you move your camera. Speaking of, you have unlock camera, which is nice for bronze. It's pretty unexpected. I don't know how comfortable you are with like moving your camera, but at least it's unlocked.
I'm moving the camera is good, but I do not use my F keys, and
Yeah,
it's so hard to use them. It's so hard to use them. But
yeah,
I
that's fine.
that is one thing that I'm aiming to eventually do at it. I literally like don't do it at all. And
Mhm.
then also try and because I know a lot of junglers like when you clear a cam or during like as soon as you click on them, you basically just check all the states. I need to start doing that because I don't do that right now. But in terms of actually just moving the camera around, yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with that. I just force myself as soon as actually I didn't like the lock camera when I first played, and as soon as I found out you can unlock it because I didn't know, I'm like, oh, this is so much better.
Yeah, yeah, it tends to be good for people that have that mindset where they just start off with it that way. When it comes to the F keying while clearing, I wouldn't worry about that for a long time. Um,
Okay.
that's not going to be an issue. Like for example, when I'm doing a clear, most of the time I'm just looking at the mini map while I'm clearing, and if something suspicious happens to where I need to look, then I'll move my camera.
Then you look.
Yeah,
Got you.
but I'm not just doing it as like, oh, I've autoed the camp, so I'm going to F key everything. Like it's more
Mm,
of if something is triggered on the map, then I will. Otherwise, it's pretty inefficient. It's kind of hard to actually recognize what you're seeing anyway if you go too fast.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, the original point that I was getting to with this is ideally you would have your camera on bottom just to like see if they're killable or not. Because if there's ashes
Hmm.
greeting for that turret, maybe.
Yeah.
And that would be a pretty good alternative instead of doing the Drake here while you're losing
Yeah. Yeah.
a wave under the turret. Okay. I think was this I can't give you credit. I was hoping that was your reward there. But it's not, it's Jinx's.
Yeah. I was going to,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I saw Jinx. Like that's why I moved over there.
Hmm.
I'm like, oh, Jinx put one already.
Yeah, yeah. So oh, that's back. Uh, this ward, what makes this particularly good right now?
It's good because we know Hecarim did grubs just earlier, so he most likely either recalled or he cleared topside and will now be heading bot. So it's highly likely that he could just come out from over there,
Mhm.
and we'll
Yeah,
know.
yep, exactly. This is the main way he's going to come through. The only other option he has is through the bot side tri brush, but that's not going to
Yeah.
be as good of an angle for him. So yeah, definitely it's a great thing to do. I also like that the Drake was pulled out. Ideally, you pull it a little bit closer to this ward, um,
Mm.
but still it's good. Ooh, okay. This though, this I don't like when you like tied it into the pit because now you're stuck.
Yeah.
But let's say you're kiting the Drake if you want to. I mean, you don't really need to kite it, but you're just like right here. If Hecarim walks up, you can immediately CC him, or at least try to dip if you need to.
Yeah. I guess my thought process here is because I've had a lot of experience where I'm like out out in the open
Hmm.
and I die, and because I'm dead, our team doesn't have smite, and the enemy jungle just smites it. So I guess particularly in that situation, since I had three team members on the outside, I went in. So if they do come, they'll fight my teammates, and then I could focus on the dragon, take the dragon, and then either join, or I guess if I really need to, I could flash out over the wall.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, you're right.
And speaking of, that's a kind of good point to talk about. So when you're doing an objective, whether it be Drake, Herald, Grubs, anything but like Elder Dragon, if a fight is going to occur, your priority is winning the fight. The objective is just kind of icing on the cake.
Just a second. Okay, got you.
Because I'll see a lot of people that they'll like tunnel vision on landing the smite, and it's like great, you got the Drake, but three of you died, so the enemy team still wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. Just looked it back out. Go back to doing camps. That is the least believable minion movement. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Um, no one ever literally at this elo 9 out of 10 times they don't know, even if I do that kind of movement.
Yeah, that's fair. Because I'll get caught off guard if it's just regular in the way, but that was completely out there.
Yeah.
At least it worked though. My only complaint, besides like the weird movement, I don't think you actually have to ult here. I think you can just burst her,
Yeah.
but it's all good. Okay, so you back out, and now main thing is farming because you know you don't have ultimate, so you're not going to be very
Mhm.
strong. Does that kill it? Oh wait, oh I'm dumb. For some reason I thought you were the The clone. Never, that's the clone. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I was tripping.
So this is probably pretty risky, but since they don't see me as chicken and I'm in the pit, they don't see me do the grubs, right? Because they can't see the pit itself with that vision.
That's true. Until, yeah, the hacker
Oh,
wards it.
except he warded.
Yeah. Let's see. I need to figure out. Okay. So I was figuring out how much gold you need. That is really awkward. So I think you had 1,400 here. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's rough. So similar to before, like with the Drake play, I would like for you to look mid here, ideally. It doesn't have to be
Mhm.
F keys. You could just use your mouse on the
Like
minimap, whatever you gotta do to
yeah.
see it. Um, if if he's killable, great. Otherwise, I'm thinking like you could drop a ward and stall. I don't like the sneaking and objective mentality unless you have to,
I see. Okay.
because it can just go badly so easily.
Mm.
Get him, chicken. Okay. Cinder needs to go catch the mid wave. Oh, never mind. She's just gonna ignore it. Okay. Nice kill. Reset. There's the rocket belt.
A flash there, and then yeah, rocket belt.
No. Okay. Okay,
Got
good.
it. Got it. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Grandpa's good. Anything more than this would be greedy. So I like that you're
Yeah.
backing out here. Oh, don't think about it. I really don't like this. Okay.
Yeah. I thought about it since I threw my clone. I saw the Ash walking away. I'm like, okay, it should be maybe, but yeah.
Hmm.
And then mid came too.
Yep.
I didn't see that.
That's exactly why I don't like it. Because you kill Morgana here. So this is great. It gives you a little bit of a window. But you do have to, as you said, the Ash and then the Hecarim's going to be coming back from base. So that's just
Yeah.
way too risky with mid moving as well. And it's not like you're in a rush, or not in a rush, like you have to take these because you have other options. You could go do Drake, you could go back to your own camps. It's just not really needed. Looks like Syndra died for your son.
Yep.
Go back to clearing. Good. Okay. What are you buying next item?
Uh, the staff, the electric staff thing.
Storm Surge?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Oh no, no, sorry, boots. I buy boots first.
Ah, boost. Okay. So you're getting, I would assume, sorcerer shoes? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, yep.
Okay. So if that's the case, you should definitely be recalling now. Like right after the, I said now, it'd be like right after you finish
Right
Wolves.
after that,
Yeah.
yeah,
Because at least right now, let me pause. This does not look like a situation where you can get the Drake, realistically. You're
mm,
pushed in mid. The enemies are beating up your teammates. Your mid laner is dead. Your allies are low, so Definitely just a giving up the Drake situation.
Yeah. Honestly, I think at this spot, I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just thinking, I'm just gonna protect mid real quick until my mid
Yeah,
laner
yeah, and
gets
that's
back.
fine. Like I don't have a problem with that. But then obviously you start looking here.
Yeah.
You're like, ooh, but that Drake. But then this goes back to the initial issue that you had when you did two full clears where you really want to back now and you can't. It feels
Yeah.
bad. Okay. And you're just gonna hope. I mean you might get away with it. Okay, nice. But Syndra died. Okay.
Oh,
This play. Again, bot wave's under your turret, but I've just come to accept that as it's going to occur at this point. Um,
mm.
what do you need for this play? Do you need anything, or is it already going to work on its own, given what you can see on the screen?
From what I know, I'm pretty positive it'll work because saw their mid lane go up. Their jungle's on screen with Darius.
Yep.
Um, and their bot lane, I'm assuming, is with the Ashe there, but we're gonna have a 3v2, and our mid lane is coming up.
Hmm.
So it's looking pretty good, I would say.
Yeah, exactly. It should work. Now, if we change the variables, and let's say that the Hecarim is not showing on the Krugs, then you got to be a lot more careful with this play.
Yeah.
And so it goes back to like you're warding this, and ideally you don't commit too hard to the Drake until your Syndra is nearby.
Mm.
It would be really nice if you were right here right now.
Are there? Yeah.
Clear camps. This is fine. You have ult up, so you're looking for something.
I think I get the Ashe. I'm pretty sure because she
Okay.
decided to be there. Or no, I was looking for the Ashe. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah. So I'm assuming you're thinking about doing that around this point is when you start thinking you can kill the Ashe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if she pushes that, then I definitely kill her here.
Okay. So this wave isn't the one you care about currently. But it's
Yeah.
this incoming wave and then her next wave when they meet is what she's gonna need to greed on for you to kill her.
Yeah.
However, we do have a bit of a problem in that there's a lot of fog of war, and your teammates aren't pressuring anything else at the moment.
Mm.
So I like the idea if, like, let's say, like Syndra has already pushed in mid wave and she's rotating with you or something. I'm all for trying to look for a pick, but this particular case, it's kind of risky, especially if it doesn't
Risky.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh.
might get her though. Yeah. So, and this is kind of what I'm talking about, where it's like because you didn't get the pick, it feels bad for everybody because now the Syndra can't really do anything because you're so far away from her. And so
Yeah.
you're kind of stuck in the situation if you have no push and you didn't get the pick. So that's why I'm like, I'd rather you get the push mid lane first and then you look for the pick because if the pick doesn't happen, it's fine. You still got what you wanted.
Got you. Got you.
And so speaking of, um, how do you help Syndra get push mid? Any ideas?
Um, honestly, besides just like going mid and helping, no.
So that's kind of what I'm looking for. So when Syndra goes to push, like the next wave will come
Mm,
in, all I'm wanting is for you to be nearby. So in this case, let's say you could be like in this bot side river brush, or you could walk here.
mm,
I don't really care that much for this instance. Just somewhere nearby, as long as you stay in fog of war, that's the important part. And so she gets
mm.
to push the wave, and then you two can go do whatever play you want together.
I see, I see.
And the
So
reason that I
probably
don't want you
like,
to show is because if you show, then the enemies know where you are and they can adjust.
yeah. So would you say just like looking maybe at like Scuttle could be up there or going to the enemy's top camp there would be better, just so I'm closer mid as Syndra's
Yeah,
coming up.
you can multitask like that as long as you're not going into too risky of territory. Like I like Scuttle. I
Mm,
probably wouldn't go into their Raptors with the amount of info you have. But in a different situation, if like let's say Darius was nearby, then yeah, you could do that.
got you, got you.
And this is more of
Yeah,
a
I
mid game thing,
definitely,
so like 15 minutes plus, because obviously you're not going to drop camps or whatever to do this early on.
yeah.
Were you asking something?
Oh no, I was gonna say definitely at this point, yeah, I was just looking for a pick because like all my camps except Krugs is down, so I kind of have dead time. I don't really have gold to spend,
Hmm.
so that's kind of my mindset here. I would assume.
Yeah, it's a good idea generally. Like when your camps are down, you're looking for either a pick or yeah, just some kind of push somewhere. Yep. Oh, she's gonna do it. The pick's finally gonna happen. It only took a whole minute. Oh no. Don't tell me she gets out. Okay. Yoinked it from the Jinx.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think you can kill him here, so you're gonna have to leave. Oh no. No.
Yeah, I went for it. I got greedy.
That's so sad.
Definitely could have just walked away there and go even.
Yeah. Alternatively, if you used your smite, you had him there as well, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. Okay. Coming out of base, let's see. You've got Drake up in a minute 45. What is the plan right now?
So I'm pretty sure I would just full clear if I saw this, because yeah, the objectives, nothing's up. Uh, my team is like kind of pushing, kind of not. We don't really have to defend anything right now at all. So yeah, I would probably go for full clear. Maybe pushing would be better, especially if like teammates going for it. But I usually value getting gold from me more.
Right. Yeah, so we'll get to that. Because there is going to be some volume farming camps here. So the first thing, you mentioned that your team's kind of pushing, kind of not. Who is the mismatch in the situation? Who's too pushed up?
We have the mid.
Yeah,
I don't know her name,
the
but the
Syndra
mid.
is way too deep. So in this case, she is the one that's making a mistake. Hopefully she doesn't get caught, but she's taking a risk for no benefit.
Yeah.
Uh, so once she backs off, then you're going to be coming out of base at the same time as Jinx. And you can farm until somebody needs you to protect them. So like right now, doing the red buff is great. You can keep doing Krugs. But what you don't want to do is go to your Raptors when this is going to be happening.
Mm.
Now it looks like they're fine, to be fair. But again, similar idea here. You don't want to keep going into these camps when you have mid lane and bot lane pushed.
And bot lane pushing.
Yeah. Another
I should probably
general
just
rule for
go
like,
mid.
yep, yeah, you could go through mid lane. You'd be like kind of in this general area.
Mm,
But another thing for like the mid to late game general stuff is you want to be on the side of the map where most of your teammates are as much as you can. Obviously, sometimes you need to get your, let's say, topside camps if your teammates are in base or something. But if they're pushing like this, you want to be with where the three are instead of having just two to work with if you're topside.
yeah,
So that's why I'd really like you being in the bot side jungle of the enemy team because then you can make some kind of play if a fight happens. But here, if a fight happens, you're screwed. It's like
yeah.
just hope for the best. Push midways is fine, and you can go do Drake. This fight's actually okay. Yeah, I like this because they showed somebody mid lane. Get the Drake, good.
Yeah, I think at this point we pretty much snowballed our way to victory.
Hopefully so. Okay, so similar to before. Um, and now it's gonna sound like I'm blaming your teammates, but I'm not. I just want you to understand what is
Yeah,
supposed to happen. So who's screwing up in this scenario?
thanks.
Yes. So it's the same thing. Now, obviously, you can't control her, but if you ever notice this, then you can like ping her or tell her in some form to back up, and that can go a long way.
Got
Especially
you,
just
got you.
practicing to try to get somewhat ideal conditions with your teammates.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do Krugs. Now, let's see. Is Krugs okay or not okay to do right now, given where your teammates are?
Mm, I I would think it's fine. We have, I think that's Darius there recalling. Uh, I'm pretty sure Nami's moving back, not forward there. And I don't know, the Syndra's probably pushing though with the wave.
Yep. So all of your
So
teammates are on your side of the map. They're not at any risk of dying. If they are, then they're just inting. Um, so yeah, it's perfectly fine to farm here. Then you can look for this play. Although I suppose technically, ideally, what would happen here is you, Darius, and Syndra all recall so you can buy your item.
buy item and
Yeah.
then go.
But the point is that you don't need to be like covering anybody right now because they're all safe. Okay. Is this doable right now?
It's not great, no.
Good.
But
So why is it not great?
because we have no vision on the enemy team,
Yep.
so they could be like walking over right now, and we would probably lose just because like if Hecarim goes in, we're all kind of squishy here. Our Darius is still not even there yet. Um, yeah, so it's not great.
Yeah, exactly. So, as you said, you don't have vision. Part of the reason you don't have vision is because you don't have any waves fully pushed out yet. So,
Mhm.
it's kind of tough. And yeah, you don't have Darius, so this is really
Yeah,
risky. Instead, what I'd rather
and
you
the
do
Ash.
is, and yeah, the Ash shows up. I'd rather you just like ping your teammates to push mid, would be the play here.
Or just recall earlier
Yeah, yeah.
and
As you
then
said, you
walk
could
with
do the,
Darius. That would have been great.
yeah, the recall would be fantastic. Yep. It'd be a great time to do it. Uh, okay, this is going to be dicey. I like the idea here. Like the way you're playing the fight with your ultimate's really good. You're zoning them well. But unfortunately, we're misaligned when it comes to like everybody's doing different things. So that just
Yeah, I'm
happens
pretty sure
sometimes.
he gets it too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
he takes it. Yeah, I wasn't gonna fight here even if my team went in because they all have a revive now.
Yep. Yeah, it's good to back off there. Gonna catch the wave, that's fine. As long as you don't keep going. Yep, do your camps. Good. Yeah, Syndra got greedy. That's not on you. Oh, okay. Ambitious. Do you get two? Dang. Okay, this is good. You got mid pushed. You got top. It's currently getting pushed. So, where should you be right now?
Mm, usually, if I see like this kind of situation, I will join a lane that I'm closest to with teammates just because I'm disguised and
Mm-hmm.
most of the time it'll see like the enemy sees this as a whatever V2 and all of a sudden I have ult in 13 seconds. I could ult and
Yep.
almost guarantee wins the fight.
So, just to clarify, so basically you're saying you like your current decision.
Yes.
Good. And that is a weird thing about Neeko, because as you said, like you actually just can be in the lane. Because most champions would kind of need to be more of
Like
here.
hidden, yeah, on the
Yeah.
side.
But yeah, I
But I
do
could
like
just be
this.
there.
The only caveat to this is like you need to make sure that your Darius isn't going to lose 1v1. If he does, then you might need to keep an eye on him.
Back off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is good though. I really like that you're with your teammates here, making sure they don't die. This is perfect. As long as you don't do anything too crazy here for this turret. If you just back off after pushing the wave, chunking it a little bit, it's all good. Great. And then you move as a group. Okay, please don't greed. Okay. So, almost good. This is the problem though. Drake's coming up in like 36. You're going here. Is it for the red
Yeah.
buff?
It is like useless.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would assume at this point I was thinking like, oh, let me check if his cams are up.
Hmm.
Maybe grab them. But yeah, with Drake and 30 seconds, it's literally a waste of time. I could just walk to Drake right now. We have mid pushed up, top is kind of like pushed up. Bot's okay, but we would be going that direction anyways. And then just do Drake would definitely be a lot better here.
Yeah.
Better use of time.
Now the good thing is like let's say we take Drake out of the equation. Let's say it's coming up in like I don't know 3.5 minutes. Then this play is actually really good as long as you get your Jinx and Nami to come with you, because then you can go, you can take camps, you can get wards, whatever you want to do, so you can prepare for Baron. So I like this if the Drake wasn't coming up soon.
Yeah.
Oh man, your Jinx and Nami are getting greedy. Uh, this guy's not paying attention.
That happens a lot. You'd be surprised. I do almost die though. I was like, I don't need my ult there. Which
Yeah,
I almost would have been safer, but
that's good. It's good that you're willing to hold on to it as long as you can grab a fruit here, get your HP back. I like that. Bot laners died though, so you're gonna have to give Drake. I'm hoping you're looking for a kill on Trundle here. If that's the case, this is really
yeah.
good. Yes, excellent. Woo! He brought the smoke though.
He did, but Darius cleans up.
Ideally, I think you would stay here. You would grab another plant, but it's not too bad to recall.
Yeah, I was not gonna risk it, and I have 10 stacks.
Yeah. So it's good. The only problem is your teammates are fighting without you.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can go in here, get a proto belt. I think you clipped the wall
I
though by
missed it. I
accident.
missed it. Yeah,
Yeah. It's good though. Yep. Kill them and then do Baron. Fantastic.
yeah. I think we just win now, pretty much. Unless we hard throw or make a major mistake.
It's 2 minutes left, plus 27 LP. I dare say you don't.
Yeah. Almost a big misplay. That could have been worse for sure.
Yeah, Toronto getting behind you is a little bit ugly.
Yeah. And the root revealed me.
Mhm. So everything is good except for you guys are split across 3 lanes.
Hmm.
So if you have Jinx with you, then this is fine because you can have U4 here and then Darius pushing the side lane. But when you get split up like this, it's really easy to get caught like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, either you like ping Jinx to move, or if she's not willing to move, then you need to go with your teammates to Jinx. Just something to not have this, or at least like wait until Jinx can get push. It's gonna be awkward
Yeah.
either way, but yeah, that's why this happens.
I was going in for an ult there
Hmm.
because I was gonna ult those two, but then I got rooted, which is
Yep,
tough. But then Darius just is unkillable at this point,
indeed.
which that definitely helped a lot. I think if our top lane lost this game, then I think it would have been more likely a loss.
Let's see. Grab my notes here. That there. It's a little bit of jank on the formatting, but I'm sure you get it.
Yep. Would you mind? Could you copy paste? Oh, perfect. You already did.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so we still got a little bit longer. I can go through like just general questions about that. I can look through like an early game of another game, whatever you want to do. Or we can just call it there, up to you.
Oh, I would actually, yeah, that I would love to look at one of my losing games or early game, because I know for a fact, pretty much all my losing games, it is the early game, maybe mid game that goes wrong, and then at that point it's over already.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think probably the car, maybe not the Karthus, maybe the Hecarim one. Yeah, I think the Hecarim one. I had a really tough time that game.
Like the other Hecarim game?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that one. I think, if I recall. But I mean, same deal. I'm running their red side to drop a ward. wait for a minion, hit that,
Yep.
and then clear.
You see Hecarim, cool, so you know which side he's gonna be on. Okay, you're looking for a gank?
Yeah, a lot of the times, I mean, yeah, depending on the situation, I'll grab a minion and go bot
Mm-hmm.
because I know Ekram's gonna be on this side, and I have just enough time to like go. Do get caught here though. Yeah,
So I like the idea in theory, but the problem is the timing. So when
yeah,
you want to kill this Kaisa, she's very low HP. So she's not just going to walk up, especially because you have a Varus. It's pretty long range. So the only way you're killing her is if the minion wave is under their turret and then you can dive.
yeah.
But the problem is they've kind of already cleared this wave and you're having to wait for this one to come in and then get pushed. It's just going to take too
Mhm.
long.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're able to get here like 15 seconds earlier, which isn't really possible, um, then sure. But yeah, unfortunately, it's just not going to work there. But I like the look. Ideally, what you would do instead, if you can recognize during the game that she's not really killable in her current state, you go drop a ward on their tri brush, look for scuttle, and then if she continues to greed, maybe you look after.
Got you. Got you.
Rest in peace, Neeko. There goes our grubs. This is good. We've got ultimate, so you should be looking bottom for something. Hopefully. Yeah, recalling's fine, not a whole lot to do. Kill Cho'Gath, good. And then you can play for grubs here. Oh wait, oh you got low, my bad. Wait, what happened to you? Did Hecarim?
I think I went for
Okay.
grubs and Hecarim came. Well, I
Gotcha.
was going to go for grubs, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair enough. It's good play by Hecarim. This is kind of scary, depending on his HP. Nice. Okay. And then hopefully you recall here. Please.
No, I just clear.
Surely now. Nope. You only buy items after death. Yeah, so I know I gave like quite a bit of notes earlier, but I think definitely your biggest
Mhm.
one is just recall timings to work on first.
Recall
Yeah,
timings. Got you.
that's really biting you in a lot of these scenarios.
So basically, just like if I clear one quadrant and I have a gold, just recall a bit. It's better recall than full clear
Yeah, yeah,
for like
unless you have a
most
really good
situations.
reason to stay on the map.
Yeah, got you. Yeah, I think I like as I was learning. like right now, my main focus was the full clear timings, just so everything times back up at the same time.
Hmm.
But uh, yeah, that makes sense. That would definitely, I could see how it would help a lot for these situations.
This is fine. You'll probably get her. Actually, you get to both. Excellent. Good. I was about to say you better push this. No. No. I thought you were going to.
Yeah, I should have.
Yeah, so
You're right,
why should you
because
shove it?
both my bots are dead. They're not gonna
Yes.
make the wave. I might as well just push it out for them and save them a wave,
Exactly.
and I get a little bit of gold, and then I could clear. I just get beat up here.
Yeah, Sacram's not being nice to you. It's not too bad.
Yeah, I think at a that was the main reason why I just had a tough time. Is just Hecarim just beats me up.
Hmm.
Yeah, he gets us all.
Yeah, that
That's
dude's got
tough.
a lot of kills. Whew. So here, this is another example like you want to be recalling ASAP as soon as you get enough for Storm Surge.
Yeah, so I get at this point, right? So Hecarim is like super ahead. We're pretty behind. I'm
Hmm.
not doing terribly, but I'm not really changing the tide of the game either. But like,
Right.
what would you, if you were in this situation, what would you be looking for? Like, what would be your main focus? Just like full clearing to get back, or stealing camps to, because he's was stealing mine,
Your primary goal is going to be looking to do things on the opposite side of the map of wherever he's going to be. So
wherever he's gonna be. Okay,
in this case, so I was telling you I wanted you to get Storm Surge as soon as you have it. So you would do like Wolves or something, recall honestly, and you'll almost have enough by then. Um, but you get your Storm Surge, and the Drake is just now spawning. So you can either look for something topside, or if he shows top later on, then you can look for something bottom. But yeah, it's just like avoiding the really strong member and looking for picks is the way you claw back into it.
got you.
And of course, that's the exact opposite if you're the really strong one.
Mm,
Because it's like that's what we're talking about with you. You drop the ward in the brush, and then you invite them to come fight you, and then you kill them as you're doing the Drake.
got you, got you, got you.
But yeah, full clearing is it's an okay option if you've just got nothing better to do. But if you do go that route, then that means that you're like usually if you're full clearing at this point in the game, you're doing it to get a very specific item spike and then fight on it as soon as you have it.
I see. Okay.
Because the last thing you want is to be fighting with a bunch of gold in your inventory or you're not even spiked at all while behind. It's just double bad. Okay. So yeah, I mean you're pretty screwed now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like looking for picks and hoping the enemies screw up at this point because you're pretty far behind. Cool. Was there anything else you wanted me to look at this game quickly, or was that pretty much good?
No, that was like the main thing. It was just like, yeah, it is just really tough fighting from behind, and just what were like the top things I should look for. But that was a good rundown.